I'm especially proud to be addressing this prestigious group of human resource leaders in Japan, and I'm particularly proud also to be following Kentaro, my good friend Kentaro. He was a graduate of our very first class of the International Masters in Practicing Management, or IMPM, and now he and Fujitsu both are supporting us in this new venture in coaching ourselves. Just a couple of days ago, I was actually writing something in a book I'm doing, and it relates back to that very first class, and Kentaro, I believe, was the one in 1996. We were invited to his place of work, and a whole group of managers from all over the world were looking at this workplace, and one person was standing talking to the others who were all seated in a big open office, and Kentaro was pointing out that these are all his colleagues and his desk and so on. And then somebody said, who's that man standing over there? And Kentaro said, well, that's our boss, that's our manager. And a banking manager from Canada was horrified. She said, how could you work with your manager looking over your shoulder like that? And he said, what's the problem? This is perfectly normal. He's there to help us. And I think that leads me into a key point about coaching ourselves and about the IMPM. It's really all about building community, and it's all about creating the kind of atmosphere that existed and probably still does in that office, and not the kind of attitude that existed with that woman in banking. I think the current crisis in the United States particularly, but all over the world, but the current crisis in the United States stems largely from management going off the rails. We've kind of lost our sense of what sensible management is, and I think that has a lot to do with community and a sense of community. And I think you in Japan understand that a lot better than we do. And I think that's why coaching ourselves is so successful, particularly in Japan. It's going into 7 languages now, and it's doing well all over the world, and there are companies all over the world adopting it. But our Japanese colleagues, and our special thanks to Now and his colleagues in Jiffy and the Japanese activity, are way ahead and are doing really interesting things. We in North America are learning a great deal from what you are doing in Japan, both Now and his group, and Kentaro and his group, and Fujitsu and other companies that are adopting it in general. And that's, of course, what happened 10 or 15 years ago when we were smart enough in the West to learn from Japanese experience. We stopped doing that, and maybe it even reversed a little bit. Maybe the Japanese have been learning a little too much from our recent experience, because our experience really takes us to a different place. We're losing our sense of management, and coaching ourselves as an in-company activity, and also the IMPM for sending people for more intense training. These are changing. These are designed to bring back community and bring back a sense of management, not what I call heroic leadership, but plain, honest, straight management. And I think that's what Japan has been doing for a long time. I don't think it's coincidental that both Fujitsu and Matsushita came into the IMPM right at the beginning in 1996 and are still there. They've sent managers to the IMPM for all of the last 14 years, and now Fujitsu is a leader in adopting coaching ourselves. So we're very proud of our connections with you all. We're very proud of Kentaro and Nao and the whole group, and we hope that lots of companies in Japan will lead the way and show us in other parts of the world what can really be done with sensible management and a really deep sense of community and rebuilding. I'm just doing an article now called Rebuilding Companies as Communities. And I look forward to my colleagues in Japan taking the lead on that. So thank you, enjoy the conference, and good luck with coaching ourselves.